Shipping, the act of one wanting/supporting two individuals involved in a romantic relationship. Keyword, wanting. Because shipping implies the two individuals aren't in a relationship, and it's the people external from that want the relationship to happen. The act of shipping can happen in real life, but it's more prevalent in fiction. You know, you get a lot of it in the Harry Potter series, and I hear it's plagued with anime too, but the one I'm the most familiar with is Final Fantasy VII. The good old debate on who Cloud Strife should live his life with. But I'm not going to argue for Tifa. I'm not going to argue for Aerith. I'm not going to argue for any other possibility. Because the true answer is that Cloud should be with all of them, and none of them at the same time. And that sums it up. As I just mentioned, anime tends to have shipping on a more significant level than most other things. And if you're a boomer, anime originates from Japan. The Final Fantasy series is a Japanese RPG, so it seems that Japanese creators kind of leave it ambiguous with relationships and lets the viewer have their own interpretation. So everyone is wrong, but at the same time, 100% correct. It's beautiful, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But when we run into problems is when people take it a little bit too far. Like anything, that's a possibility. And some individuals get way too obsessed and unhinged with this, where it kind of leaves a bad impression on the fandom in general. It's also funny because romantic relationships isn't what Final Fantasy VII is about, yet people are so hyper-focused on who would be best for Cloud. So, today I thought we would explore some of the wonder this world of shipping has to offer. Don't take this all too seriously, I'm just poking fun. Now I just want to see what pops up if I put Final Fantasy VII shipping. Okay, why is shipping war such a big thing in the Final Fantasy VII fanbase? I just started following some FF7 content on Twitter, and I guess shipping war in my suggestions and crazy Clariths and Claudies fighting it out. It's not that deep, what the fuck. Thank you guys for watching, please like the video and subscribe. Literally could leave it at that. Oh, here's a comment, Silver Den 2 years ago. Validation, self-insertion, power fantasy, many things. And that's what it is. People are so obsessed with this. Like, most of these people are so unhinged, and I think it's a way of projecting what they want to see and not what the creator wants. It's crazy. And that reminds me, because I think Blitz made a video about a person that was constantly harassing Nojima, who is just like a nice guy or whatever. And this person on his Twitter that doesn't have many people following it, berating him to not make any ship canon because Jessie should be the one for Cloud, and it's ridiculous. So much. He got so harassed to the fact that, like, if we look here, this is what he said on his Twitter. This is translated. There seems to be a slight misunderstanding, so I'll add to it. I'm not going to stop using Twitter. I will continue to upload photos of my guinea pigs, but I'm going to stop talking about specific games I'm a part of, such as FF7R. Well done, people. Like, this is just an innocent guy. Like, it's crazy. Ever since the day of 2 channel, I have believed that no matter what people criticize my work, it can't be helped because it's a personal self-expression. But when someone calls me a piece of shit or a liar in my personal sphere, I still want to protest and deny it. I curse anyone who throws dirty text at pictures of my guinea pigs. That's it. Okay, like, for example, criticism of artistry can be 100% warranted. For example, you know the Sonic thing. Sonic did not look like Sonic in the trailer, so lots of people were like, hey, this is bad, change it. And that was good, because they changed it more accurate to what he's supposed to look like. But when it comes to stuff like this, where it's going far and beyond to harass his personal account, you're taking it a step too far. It's not your story. And Nojima doesn't have 100% total control. He has a voice in the story. But this is his self-expression. Don't you dare dictate how he expresses himself. Like, if we just go on his Twitter, oh my god, I don't like Twitter. If we scroll down, he's playing the game. Bless him. Look at him. He's just like a cute, like, older guy. I think he does like Aerith. It's whatever. I like all the characters. Look, he's posting photos for his guinea pigs. How cute. You know, and he's just probably updating of like stuff he's working on and stuff. And he's got, look at that, he's guinea pig with Reg 13. How can you harass someone like this? Sucks how toxic the Twitter community is for this game. As the title says, I think it sucks how toxic and rude the community is on Twitter. Just because other people like something they do not. Almost makes me want to delete Twitter. Yes, Twitter is awful. You find the worst people on there, and it doesn't even matter what topic you're talking about, because with like something as innocent as Final Fantasy VII fandom shipping, that can go crazy. But then when you talk about like real life stuff like wars and politics, oh my god, why would you want to be on there unless you're a Macoist, or is that the right word? You know what I mean? Like why would you want to do that? Almost makes you want to delete Twitter. You can dislike what someone else likes without harassing people, being consistently rude because of it. This is just my opinion.
No, this is an opinion, this is a fact. This should not be an opinion, this should be a fact.
Twitter is all about dropping any nuances to create blow-up arguments against an enemy that's not even real. Yep. The FF7 Twitter ship wars are brutal. Some people on there spend so much time arguing with other people on why their ship is superior and why the other person's ship is wrong. So many people on there have zero life, yes. It would be funny if it wasn't for the fact that so many of them harass anyone who disagrees with them. Yeah, like you can be die hard or whatever, it might be a little bit insufferable, but when you go to harass people, when you step that line, that's when you're going to cause problems for yourself and others. It's truly a nightmare on there. I'd advise you to reduce the amount of time you spend on there and block or mute any assholes you see. I might be feeding into this actually making this video, but this is more of a shed light on it of like, people are stupid, man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that really. It's just people are stupid. My favorite FF7 ship is Cloud X Therapy because he goddamn needs it. And yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about too. Cloud is messed up in the head and he's figuring out who the hell he is and stuff, and he's psychologically fucked. The last thing you want to do is be in a relationship. It kind of feels stupid to put him in a relationship. You can have people that support him, and I think that's what mainly Final Fantasy VII is about. It's more about a friendship. It's obviously, there could be some romantic stuff sprinkled in there and stuff, but it's about love from a friendship way. Barrett, Sid, you know, Vincent, Red 13, Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie, all of them help Cloud on his journey. Without them people, he wouldn't have the character arc he would. And so it's large to do with friendship, and the story's about mental health. Obviously, people can have an impact on your mental health. For example, my girlfriend has had a extremely positive impact on my mental health. But for someone like Cloud, I'm not as messed up as Cloud, and Cloud would not be good in a relationship right now. But when he's in somewhere like Advent Children, which they kind of go back on his character a little bit, but in Advent Children, it's kind of implied that Tifa and Cloud are together, kind of. It's not like written in, like, it's not like written down, but like, you can just, from the way characters talk to each other, you can imply that and just how the end goes. That's what it is, it's kind of left open for interpretation, and so you're right, but you're also wrong. And don't try to tell anyone why you're right or wrong, okay? And they make you kind of choose who you want, like, prefer. Like, if you look in remake or even in the original, where's that scene where, yeah, this. So this thing right here, it makes you choose. No, and you as a player get to choose who would you choose, and then that depends on a future scene. And even with furthermore here, you know, you get to romance guide, I guess, who you'd want for your date. You have a choice, and they didn't change that. That's how it was in the original, and it's more of a choice now because you can have dates with people you couldn't even have in the original. But I'm going to go back on what I said because I know who is best for Cloud. Sephiroth. Oh yeah, look at this juicy stuff.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Oh, Cloud, I just killed Aerith, a person who you love. Let's make out. Look at this. Man, look at this juicy stuff. Why does he look like a kid?
FBI, open up!
Okay, I'm gonna look at one more. Let's have a. Oh, I just got like tingly feeling up my spine. Okay, let's get off this. Tumblr, I don't use Tumblr, I think my girl does though. Final Fantasy VII / character core ship names. So it occurred to me, other people, characters are very slipped, blah 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 blah. Aerith, X, and Jill.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Did they meet? I have never seen a name for this, and they never canonically met. But to be honest, I kinda headcanon they get along famously. If anyone has any, just because you get along with someone doesn't mean you should be in a relationship with them. Aerith X Barrett.
No.
I mean, I'm kind of being a hypocrite here saying this shouldn't be. Some of them are ridiculous where it's like, okay, no. Aerith X Sid. You can see that a tiny bit, a little bit. I can see a slither of that in Rebirth. Aerith X Genesis. Aerith X Sephiroth. Yeah, good one. Good one. Aerith X Tifa. Aerith X Vincent. X Yuffie. Angela X Cloud.
What?
Angela X Genesis. Angela X Genesis X Sephiroth. Angela X Genesis X Sephiroth Exact. Angela X Genesis X Sephiroth Exact X Cloud. Woo! Barrett Tifa. I remember actually. Funny story. When I first played Remake, because Remake was the first Final Fantasy VII game I played. When I saw Tifa there with Marlene, and I saw Barrett come and pick his kid up, and I looked at the kid and I was like, okay, that kid's Asian, but it's also Barrett's kid. No, Tifa and Barrett must be a thing. Yuffie plus Zack. Actually, Yuffie plus Zack, that makes a little bit sense because there's in the date scene in Rebirth, they talk about that. But then you get a little bit funky with it, as we just saw there, where you can get like Cloud X Tifa, Cloud X Aerith, and Cloud X Jessie, for example, which are somewhat in the normal realm because it's Cloud you're playing as. But then you move outside of Cloud and it gets a little bit funky. For example, this shit. Can we kiss? Yeah. Is that real? Okay, I'm experiencing this firsthand, some of this shit. I haven't really looked. I've seen stuff on Twitter, but like some of this stuff I haven't seen. Is she pregnant? I thought she was pregnant. I was like, what? It's funny, the gay stuff is more unhinged. I think I saw, I remember in the live stream of Maximilian Dude.
What is that fucking? What is that thumb? Oh my god.
Yeah, I find that funny because obviously that's made for clickbait, but it's just like, so what the fuck? That's just, it kind of makes you laugh. It's like dark humor, like it's so extreme it makes you laugh sometimes.
On video games.
Wait, what?
We cry when we play video games.
You do?
Just
Yeah.
one. For the same
I
place?
cried in the same scene.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
What game? I mean, I wouldn't know. Doesn't matter. Don't continue.
Final
Have this
Fantasy
conversation.
My friend was in love as well. In love with
Yeah.
Aerith.
And Tifa, of course.
Yeah, everybody
And
wants to
Tidus
have
and
both.
Tifa, yeah. But
It's the two sides. It's the two options of girls you can have. This.
you don't know
can have-
Final Fantasy? No.
It's the best.
You
It
think
was.
we think with that child who will
Batman
never grow
plays
up, that's
Final
it?
Fantasy VII.
You're judging us.
I'm not. I'm
You are.
I'm standing back and allowing you two to have.
It's a love triangle
Uh-huh.
where Aerith or Aerith, depending on what version of the game you have,
Uh-huh.
sometimes mistranslated. Like, she's like the really kind girl who has her superpower is like to like heal everyone and like make the world a better place.
Poor
And then-
women. We have to heal everyone.
And then Tifa's like this like
Exhausting.
sexy little thing who's like a thief and stuff. She wears a short skirt, and you're like, I can't decide.
Cool.
And then Aerith.
This is crazy.
And Aerith,
Okay.
right at her peak, gets killed. This
Cool
is how
with-
every guy like figures out what love is. And then it never. That's the ideal woman, and then it never gets any.
The one that's gonna heal everything, and the one in the short skirt. These are the options.
There's
Oh my
the two
god.
options.
Okay, Zoe Kravitz. I mean, you play Catwoman. Catwoman! What are you talking about? This is by Polygon. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth set the fandom back 20 years. Anger between the two grumps began to ping-pong back and forth at the alarming rate. In a post on X, a Clarith shipper with the handle SuperNerd471 speculated that Cloud has some deep resentment towards Tifa for the crappy life he lived in Nibelheim. A screenshot of that post ended up on the Claudie subreddit, sparking impassioned. I don't know, bro. I'm English, but I can't. That doesn't mean I can read and speak English. Responses like this from one user named Risked Biscuit, who wrote,
Classic Clarith, deranged behavior. They clearly don't play the games and just think Tifa bullied Cloud when she didn't. She tried to invite him to stuff, but he didn't want to go because of her friends and he wanted Tifa to himself. Not her fault. They blame her for everything hell. Probably some of them think Tifa killed Aerith.
You serious?
okay, That's going a little bit too far. Like, even the most psychopathic person, like, how do you make that connection?
Bunch of media illiterate clowns.
Do you see who's speaking? Do you see who's speaking right now? Just one scroll through the deluge of takes defending either side takes me back to the early 2000s fandom, spewing anger towards each other's preferred characters. Yeah, it never changes, just repeats itself. It's a loop. It's important to remember that these extreme examples aren't representative of entire fandom. Yes. Aerith and Tifa would make a great throuple, actually. Okay. Actually, better yet, it showed us that maybe the date we had needs to see all along is the one between Tifa and Aerith, since the two make plans to go on a date on their own. But it's like a friend date, right? It's not like a romantic thing, is it? I don't know. I don't have any issues with shipping. Talking about romantic parents helps create online communities and games. Claudia and Claire shippers have gifted us with sultry fanfic, flash videos and cute art. It's just that sometimes these sites can get a bit aggressive and spoil the fun for many people who are just there for cute moments. Part of that is because of how social media works today, but fights have also dragged on because we can't say who would make a better match for sure. Bingo. Clarith versus Claudia is an unwinnable war, and maybe that's why it's carried on for so long. I don't feel like I need to say anymore. That's basically it. Shipping's okay, even though it's not like the main focus of it, but like when you're like overindulge in it and you're like obsessed with it and you force that onto other people, it gets too much. You know, just have fun. You can make claims of why you're right and stuff, just don't be a douchebag. So yeah, I just explored some of that world. I tried to stay too much away from the toxic stuff. I tried to have fun with this because some of it's so insufferable you just can't make fun of it. So yeah, that's it. Everything Cloud's the right ship.